John, we're live.
All right, at this time, will Sergeant start recordings, please?
PC recording done.
Recording to the cloud has begun. And good morning and welcome to today's remote New York City Council vote for the Committee on Veterans. At this time, will all panelists please turn on their videos for verification purposes? And to minimize disruptions, please place all electronic devices to vibrate or silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation. Chair Dinowitz, we are ready to begin.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to this hearing of the City Council's Committee on Veterans. Today, the committee will vote on proposed introduction 479A, sponsored by Councilmember Drum, which would require the Department of Veterans Services, or DVS, to offer discharge status upgrade assistance and extend city veteran benefits to service members who were discharged due to their sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression, or for veterans who identify as LGBTQ, untreated trauma, including that resulting from sexual assault which occurred during military service. The committee will also vote on legislation that I sponsored, proposed introduction 2354B, which would amend the definition of the term veteran in the city charter to additionally include persons who serve or have served in the active military service, regardless of discharge status or time served. This legislation aims to make city benefits and services available to those service members who may have been adversely discharged as a result of unrecognized or untreated physical or mental condition related to the military service. This bill would also expand the Veterans Advisory Board from 11 to 13 members, 2 of whom must be immediate family members, spouses or domestic partners, survivors or caregivers of veterans. A veteran's character of discharge can have a profound effect on their entire life after military service. Service members who leave the military with anything other than an honorable discharge, commonly referred to as a bad paper discharge, are often ineligible for many veterans' benefits and services, and may struggle looking for work as dishonorable discharges often suggest to employers a history of crime or unreliability. Upgrading an unjust discharge may lead to greater eligibility for federal, state, and local benefits, more opportunities to obtain better employment and housing, and even simple vindication. It is our duty as a city to help our veterans where and when they need it, especially when they are disadvantaged because of unfair or discriminatory policies or because of untreated trauma which resulted from military service. Thank you very much to the advocates and impacted individuals who brought attention to these issues and helped shape legislation. At this time, I'd like to turn to my colleague, Councilmember Drum, to make a statement on his bill, Intro 479A.
Thank you very much. Last month in San Diego, the United States Navy ship USNS Harvey Milk was christened and launched. LGBTQ plus rights pioneer Harvey Milk, who was, by the way, a New Yorker before moving to San Francisco, served in the Navy during the Korean War and held the rank of lieutenant junior grade at the time he was forced to accept an other than honorable discharge rather than a court-martial for his sexual orientation. Like Milk, so many lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Americans have given so much for this country. Our country responded to their sacrifice in the most disgraceful way. For decades, the military discharged and barred from future service these heroes simply for being who they were. The collateral damage went well beyond the loss of a job. Lives were upended, families were torn apart, victims of witch hunts driven to suicide, and worse. Having anything less than an honorable discharge on their record prevented many veterans from accessing benefits that could have helped them advance their education and achieve financial stability. Intro 479A aims to bring a measure of justice to New Yorkers who are LGBTQ plus veterans. Our city must ensure that no city services are denied to these veterans. My legislation will thus require the New York City Department of Veterans Services to issue certificates of eligibility to guarantee that unjustly discharged LGBTQ plus service members can access all city services that they should be able to access. Despite the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in 2011, many LGBTQ plus New Yorkers do not realize they can and should rectify their service records. My legislation will require the Department of Veterans Services to provide discharge upgrade assistance to those negatively impacted. Critically, the department will be required to widely publicize both this legal help and the certificate of eligibility. I want to thank Speaker Johnson and, of course, Chair Dinowitz for recognizing the importance of this issue and for helping to move Intro 479A forward. Most important to all the New Yorkers who served this country and then had to fight to have their service and indeed full citizenship recognized, I dedicate this legislation. Thank you very much, Chair Dinowitz.
Thank you, Councilmember. I will turn it over to Committee Council to take attendance, take roll call.
I believe we have, I took down that we have with us Faye, CM Vallone. We also have Councilmember Ampry Samuel. We also have Councilmember Mizell. We have Chair Dinowitz. I think we're good on that. I think Johanna, now I think we take the vote. Chair.
Thank you. Am I calling each member?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, as well, Committee Clerk William Martin. I'll conduct the vote now.
Thank you.
Thank William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Veterans. Items are coupled. Chair Dinowitz.
I vote yes.
Thank you. Mizell.
Yes.
Thank you. Vallone.
Yes.
Thank you. Ampry Samuel.
I just wanted to say quickly, thank you so much, Chair Dinowitz, for your leadership. Thank you, Councilmember Drum, for such a meaningful bill. You all know that I have watched not just the bills, but just working with military spouses and families for many years. And this is truly meaningful work. And I thank you so much for your leadership. And so with that, I vote aye.
Thank you. By one moment. Okay, by a vote of 4 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, both items have been adopted by the committee.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you. And with that, we can close this committee meeting. Thank you.